Compatibility is one really underlooked topic in dating relationships, and I really don't know why. Because after you found this person attractive, oh, this guy looks really attractive, oh, this girl looks really, really cute. The second thing that should be on your list should be, am I really compatible with this person? Because honestly, you're not meant to be dating everybody. You're not supposed to date everybody, except you just want to keep going on a ride like that. If not, you're not meant to date everybody. So this compatibility test should be something that should come first on your list. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down 3 different factors that you should put in place before getting into any relationship, especially one with the intention of marriage, right? So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mata Ogo, the head and creative artist at Lady Fabi, a beauty brand positioned in helping young ladies look beautiful encompassingly by offering services such as makeup and hairstyling for brides. We also discuss contemporary issues on this platform, and this is to help our young brides develop positive values in preparation for marriage. And so first on my list is belief system. So what is your belief system and what is his belief system, right? The Bible said, can two walk together unless they agree? You can't be believing in one thing and the person you intend on working with as a partner, right, is on a different level. You're just going to be having several hiccups. You're always going to be having issues and fights every time, misunderstanding, because both of you are not reasoning the same way, right? And no one is to be blamed, because this is his own belief system and this is your own belief system. So you should be on a roll with somebody that is on the same belief system with you. So that should be the first thing that should be put in place. And a very good example would be a Christian, right? You're a Christian and you want to get into a relationship with somebody who is not a Christian. You're going to be making life decisions together, right? You're going to be making some very critical choices in this relationship. So why would you want somebody that's, it will be very hard to make a very simple decision? It may not appear to be a problem now, because you'll be like, anything you agree, anything. But what about his family? What about those people that influence his life? You're not free from them. So you'll be into something that you guys are on the same belief system. You share the same values, not just in terms of Christianity. You share the same values with this person. You can't be somebody that takes honesty very serious, and the other person, the spouse you're intending on dating, doesn't see it as anything. It's going to be a very big problem over time. So that is it for our first. So the second factor would be the health factor, and I'm going to be breaking this down into 3 portions. The first would be the blood genotype. Everybody has heard about it, right? But not everybody understands it. So the second would be the resource factor, and then the third would be other health ailment or factors. Now the first, on the health factor, which is the blood genotype, there are 4 different types of blood genotypes. We have the AA, right, which you can marry anybody. If you're AA, you're free to marry just anybody. Yay! Then we have the AS. You have the sickle cell trait, right? I think that's what they call it. Or you carry the sickle cell. is it gene or I don't know how the word they call it, but you shall have the S, and if that S meaning that if you marry somebody that has another S, you're at the risk of having SS, which brings us to the third blood genotype. So I said AA, which is free to marry just anybody. We have the AS, who is at risk of giving birth to a child that has the sickle cell genotype, which is not safe. That's the third genotype. And we also have the AS. I don't know if they call it either the AS or AC. So these ones, they are very rare, but they are very similar to the SS. It's actually an abnormal type of genotype, right? So for recap, the AA is free to marry just anybody, while the AS is at risk of having a sickle cell child if they get married to somebody of their kind, like somebody with AS, because they have that sickle cell trait in them, like the S there. If you marry somebody with another S, the S combine to have SS, right? Which is is not a very good kind of thing, because it comes with a lot of problems. Trust me, it comes with a lot of problems that you don't want to have to pass through, especially for the ladies, because we are the ones to face this whole problem. Trust me, not the guys. You are the one to take your child to the hospital. You are the one to care for this child. You are the one to take care of this child in hospital and listen to the baby's tears and everything. You barely ever see the guys coming around when those kind of things happen. So we should be careful, because we are at the receiving end for all this. So that's it. Blood generation. So the second factor under the health factor, the second point under the health factor would be the rhesus factor. The rhesus factor is this protein factor attached to our blood group. So there are 4 types of blood groups, right? We have the O blood group O, we have the blood group A, we have the blood group B, and we have the blood group AB. So you know that plus and minus attached to each blood group, that is the rhesus factor. Okay, don't be confused. Okay, let me explain how this affects relationship. So imagine now that I am a mother, and I am rhesus negative, right? And the husband is rhesus positive, and I take in, like I get pregnant, conceive, and this child takes up his or her father's rhesus factor, which is the rhesus positive. Yeah, now I'm rhesus negative and my child is rhesus positive. So my body in reaction to this positive factor, this protein factor, which is like a new body in my body that don't have this factor, my body in reaction to this new developments start producing antibodies over time in pregnancy, and just trying to fight this. Oh, there's a new building. So my body starts producing these antibodies that would make my body not able to accept any child again. Eventually, you conceive, right? But if your doctor doesn't take note of this and administer this, there's this drug or injection they administer to help. I don't know what they shall call it for, but it's just to help the woman able to accept this rhesus factor in case she conceives again and is rhesus positive like the father. So if this injection was not administered after the first child, or probably after the first child, there's probably pregnancy or there's an abortion, without checking this factor and putting this into place, there's a high chance of that woman not being able to conceive again after that first conception, right? And so it's very, very important to know your rhesus factor, to know if you're actually rhesus negative or rhesus positive. This will help you in making decisions and helping your doctors to attend to you rightly, right? So that is one very, very underlooked factor, and I think it should be really, really, really considered, right? And so, of a truth, couples that define their rhesus factor, probably a woman there's rhesus negative and the man with rhesus whatever, actually get married, right? It's not really a limiting factor to getting married. It's just in conception that there's a problem. But knowing this at the back of your mind will just give you this awareness. So once you conceive, you don't take any chance at all. Do you get? So you are on alert that okay, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, if you look forward to getting pregnant again. So that is it for the rhesus factor. Now the third factor under the health factor will be other life-threatening ailments. Of course, most churches will ask you to go and make some very necessary tests before you get married, and I feel it should not just be done when you want to get married. Oh, I want to now get married to this person, because I mean, you should do these tests earlier on. Do some basic tests, hepatitis tests. Does this person have HIV? Does this person have diabetes? Just some really life-threatening disease that, oh, can you handle this thing if it comes? You find out that this person has this thing, can you stay? Can you handle this? So before you get over, start letting your emotions play wild on you, very good and great if you have this information at the back of your mind, so you'll be able to reason straight, right? So that is it for the health factor, and this brings us to the third factor for compatibility. So the third on my list is the background. The background factor should, in fact, some people want to take it under the carpet, but babe, bring it on top of the table and talk about it now, because knowledge is power. Shall have the information, know it, okay? This is one very underlooked area, and I don't know why people underlook it, because background is very important though, babe. You need to know it for yourself. So while the guy is making his own research about how industrious you are, how good she is in the kitchen, make your research about the family you're entering, because you don't want to get into a family that they don't use leg to enter. So you will not say they didn't tell you, because nobody will tell you. You have to make your own research. You have to ask questions. Keep asking and asking and asking. Not just asking your spouse. Ask people around. Ask people that know road. Ask people that know this place. So you don't get into a very awkward tradition. They now say, tradition that they say, when the man die, you have to wash his body and drink the water that they used to wash his corpse, like silly things like that. You don't want to get into something like that. So keep asking questions, right? And if the guy is complaining about your too much questions, that should be it's not a good sign, because I mean, why are you hiding it? I know everybody don't want to watch their own this in the public, but there's some things that you should tell people. I'm not saying you should say it in the first date or your first relationship. No, I'm not saying you must say it in the first relationship, but over time, these are issues that you should talk about, right? Before putting your leg into BC. So that brings us to the end of this discussion. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm not really funny, but I have my own vibe. I hope you vibe to my vibe. I know you had so many factors in mind that while watching you're like, this factor could actually be a good point. So leave it down in the comment section. Okay, this discussion is not over until I hear from you, so I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and also subscribe to my channel if you're yet to. It's actually very free. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.